Hello again, Class 2H, and welcome back to our final session for the week on writing instructions. So you can probably remember we've been going through and making sure that we know how to do or can recap and remind ourselves how to do some of the things that are really important when we're writing instructions before we get stuck into writing our own instructions next week. So if you remember, we've looked this week at imperative or bossy verbs, about how we use adverbs to make our verbs more precise, our instructions more precise, and how we use time connectives to sequence the steps so that the person who is following the instructions does them in the correct order. So today, I want to just very quickly focus on the idea that our sentences are short and they are written in the present tense. And they're short because we want to keep the reader's attention and make sure they're doing what we want them to do precisely. And if you write too long a sentence or give them too much information in one sentence, they might get confused. So we make sure that each piece of information, each new piece of information has its own sentence. So I'm going to show you these instructions. So this is an instruction, a set of instructions for growing a flower from a seed. And I'm going to read them out to you, and I'm going to ask you to have a think about what is wrong with each of my sentences, and then I'll show you the correct way of doing it before you go off and do your own task today. So first, or bullet point number 1, carefully getting your equipment ready. Now, what could be wrong with that sentence? Does it have an imperative verb? Getting your. We don't write imperative verbs in that form of the present tense. We write them in the simple present tense. We say get your equipment ready. So that's definitely wrong with that sentence. There's no time connective in our first sentence. So we'd say first of all, or first, carefully get your equipment ready. Okay, let's move on to bullet point number 2, the second bullet point there. Second, generously fill the plant pot with soil, and next, gentle place the seed in the soil. Woof. There's 2 instructions there. They need to be separated into 2 separate sentences because we only include one piece of information or one instruction per sentence. Okay, so we need to separate that out. I see a capital letter where there shouldn't be one for plant. Okay. Our third bullet point says, water the soil. I hope you've all noticed that water should have a capital letter. There's no adverb there. There's no time connective, so we could improve that sentence. And then we'll look at the last one. Finally, place the pot in sunshine and water. Could you improve that sentence? I think you could add an adverb for sure. Water thoroughly, for example. Okay, let's look at the solution to this. So first, carefully get your equipment ready. Second, generously fill the plant pot with soil. Oh, we forgot to say that should have had a full stop. Next, comma, gently place the seed in the soil. Gentle instead of gently. Our adverb suffix should always be ly when we're using adverbs in instructions. After that, thoroughly water the soil. And finally, place the pot in sunshine and water regularly. Okay, so you can see that each of these sentences has a bossy verb. It has an adverb to make the verb quite precise. It has a time connective, which is followed by a comma. It has capital letters and full stops, and it has no capital letters where there shouldn't be. So you are going to correct my instructions today, and then maybe if you'd like to, you can choose to follow my instructions to make something nice as maybe a treat over the weekend. I hope you enjoy, boys and girls.